We're back at Huddle Up, and we are once again visiting with some of the great championship teams in Red Raider football history. Tonight, we got the 1981 team they were 12-1. With us is fullback Tom Sloan and nose tackle George Watts. And
Welcome,
with me, as
fellas.
always, is Rob Clark. Hey, Rob.
Thanks for having us.
Hey,
guys.
Brett. Hey, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so 81 was a pretty impressive year. The three of us were all a part of it. I know in my mind, I know when I kind of thought things were going to turn around. But what about you guys? When did you think we were actually a good football team? Because I know at Bloomsburg, first half the Bloomsburg game, our first game of the year, I thought, oh man, we suck.
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything. When
That's
did
right.
you guys think? When did you guys think we were maybe on the road to something good?
Go ahead, George.
I would say we traveled down to Maryland, play Towson,
Towson. Yeah.
and they were laughing at us getting off the bus. I distinctly remember that.
Yes.
And me and Sloan, neither one of us together freaking 6 foot. So
I know. I was thinking
felt.
of that, George.
That's how it felt anyway.
Sure
Those guys were huge, man. And it was a night game, and they were all hyped up. And we really came together that night. We had to, and that's when I knew I felt like we had something. Because we blow for blow, and then we just dominated and won the game. So that was it for me.
We had, I did some research, and I used to get the Street and Smith magazine, right? Remember that? College
I remember that.
Preseason. The 1980, we were 5-4-1.
Right.
All right. So Street and Smith had us ranked 5th out of the 7 teams in the West.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's where we ranked in 1981 coming into the preseason. And, what a year. And 6 of our first of our 10 games, they were road games. We were away. We played a game, played away 6 times.
Yeah.
And won them all. The second game, against, I don't know if Towson was 1AA at the time, but same thing with me, George. That second game, we won that game down there at night. I thought, we might have something here.
Yeah.
And then like three games later, you guys had 2 shutouts. The defense had 2 shutouts in a row. Up to the 5th game of the year, we were 5-0. Defense gave up 30 points.
Right.
That's pretty dang good.
Yeah. I remember. I remember Towson. Yeah, Towson was kind of a turning point, but then we went on the road the next week and beat IUP at IUP.
Yeah.
And we beat them pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
And, that seemed to really kind of be a game changer. You kind of felt like, maybe we're real.
Yeah. Funny story about that IUP game. Me and Joe Brown had a fraternity brother playing wide receiver for IUP.
Oh,
and we talked to him before the game, and we said, "Don't go across the middle, man, because we got the hit man back there." I said, "The hit man's gonna find you, And he's talking. The football player. He's not going back down. Well, we going through the game. All of a sudden, he goes through. Chris Potter lights his ass up. Excuse me. He lights him up, man. He lights him up. They got to stop the game, help him off the field. He was pissed and embarrassed. And me and Joe were just over there crying, laughing, We warned you, man. Don't go across the middle.
Yeah.
That was, I remember that one real well.
What did he say after the game, George?
Oh, no, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was. It was that bad. It was. You didn't do much more the rest of the game, baby. That was it.
Yep.
More of that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to say this, guys. I'm kind of honored because the 3 of you being on this team, I'm the only non-member of the team involved in the podcast tonight, but it's been a lot of fun. And the other part is, RR4L, your class, your crew has been such a major part of it. Obviously, Fran leading the effort, but I've really gotten to know you guys so much better because of what we're doing. And that's, I think, the goal of what we're trying to accomplish. So thank you for just including all of us and kind of, I've heard the stories and I want to hear them again and again because I laugh every time and we have so much fun with it. And it just kind of shows that bond. It doesn't matter if you played together or not. We're all Red Raiders. And so, hey, I'm just really honored. My question was kind of answered. Right? What's that?
The older we get, the better we were.
Exactly. My question, I think, is already answered. I was going to ask what game showed you that you could be champions. So it was Towson, both of your perspectives.
Yeah.
But was there anything else that maybe happened, like, I don't know, in the off season, in the weight room? I don't know, maybe even away from football that kind of, I don't know, got you more focused or the realization kicked in? Because you guys know a championship season is different. Yeah. You know, maybe you don't realize until after the fact.
That's true.
But it just is. It's just, there's something to it, you know, whether a little bit of luck, a little bit of, you know, whatever, but it's also hard work. Yeah. Was there something else? I mean, you already said the Towson game obviously kind of made you realize this is for real. Yeah. Anything else that kind of comes to mind?
Well, I think, you know, we were, like I said, we were coming into the season not ranked very high, even in the West, right? So, you know, I think none of us came in, none of us were enabled, none of us were, you know, superstars in high school and stuff. You know, we just played together as a team. And, you know, we had to, you know, the coaches, Vito reminded me of Bear Bryant for some reason, you know, with his southern twang, you know.
Right down to the chew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You jackass, you know. But no, that was, you know, off the field. I mean, we were friends off the field. You know, we were, you know, on the field at times. We, you know, at practice, we were teammates. On the field, you know, during practices, sometimes we were enemies, you know.
Right.
Offensive, defensive guys, first team. Every week, I think every week, first team D went up against each other. Mm-hmm. You know, tackling to the ground, right?
Unheard of today.
On dirt. Oh, yeah. On dirt.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, then afterwards, you know, we go win a game on Saturday and then we go out Saturday night and have some fun together. We're friends off the field, you know. Mm-hmm. It's camaraderie, you know. It's just something that I never, you know, you hear these teams, you know, champions, you know, how they bond together, you know, they all have something in common. And that was us too, you know.
Most of the guys on that team had something to prove. I know I did. I was a walk-on, but I had already started. But I went away to, I was supposed to be in ROTC. So I came back about 195 pounds. And they had decided they were going to play Pizicki at nose. And Raleigh and Vito are going back and forth about where to play me. Vito says, put him at defensive tackle. And Raleigh's looking at him like, he's not, you know, he's not big enough. But in our scheme and the way they used it, it worked real well. So I played both tackles and nose, and we rotated.
Yeah, that's right. You guys rotated, yeah.
I think that helped us have more depth on the D line. Mm-hmm. And it was always a constant competition. Mm-hmm. And every week at practice, 2 days of those weeks, we went head up with Fran and those guys all the time. Individual drills, live drills.
Again, unheard of today.
Yeah,
and there was leg whips and heart punches and all kind of crap going on, man.
Leg whips.
But you know, when we got to the game, we were battle tested by each other. So thought that brought us together more and more every time.
Yeah.
No, it was such a good bunch of guys because you could smack heads all through practice, and then we got together afterwards, and we were all good friends, and it was enjoyable. I mean, it was hard, but it was enjoyable. It was so.
Yeah. You know, like you said, Rob, we didn't know what was really going on and didn't really realize it. You know, come whatever December, when we ended the season, December 5th, I'll never forget that. But it was like, man, we did something pretty cool here.
Yeah.
You know,
very special.
Yeah. We didn't think about it much, that's for sure. So you guys were kidding around earlier about your size. and not your classic defensive tackle, not your classic fullback. In fact,
Yeah.
we were talking to the 76 guys before this, and they were saying how their backfield was as big as their offensive line. And
Wow.
we had Sloaney and Merle Freeze.
Merle,
Yeah,
yeah.
and how did you guys end up in Ship? What was the route? George, I'll start with you, but what was the path? How'd you get there and what brought you there, man?
After high school, I'll be honest with you, I didn't do anything in high school. Nothing. I just went to class. I passed. I'm a PK kid, so I'm a good boy. I know how to be discreet and do my dirt, and then be like, choir boy when I need to be. But then my sister was actually at Shippensburg. That's why I knew about it.
Huh.
So after a year of that, I decided to come to Shippensburg. I was going to play football. I wasn't recruited. I was all league at Pottstown. I was all Chestmont. But I was watching the guys play, and they actually had tryouts for walk-ons, additional players, if you can believe it. So it's kind of like Rocky. What is his name? What was it? Rudy. Kind of like
Oh,
Rudy.
yeah, Rudy.
Yeah.
But I was a much better player than Rudy. But
No doubt.
they give you the pads where the knee pads are down on your shins, all the raggedy stuff. But coming to Ship and watching Freddie and those guys play, Fred Glasgow, T. Lease, I thought looking at them, I could play. And I'd been told I couldn't play at this level. So then I walked on, and that's how I got here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad I came, man. I'm so glad I came.
Definitely.
How about you, Pip?
Oh, Pip. There we go.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. That's
Nickname.
all right. That's all right. Well, I went to Richland High School in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Right before my senior year of high school, the teachers go on strike. Coaches, they're in the picket lines. So the superintendent of schools and 3 principals volunteered or whatever, said, we'll coach the team. First day or two of summer camp, I remember our offensive lineman down with the sled in this cage that they sort of snapped the ball and they had to run under, stay below it, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get their bell rung on the thing, right? The players are telling the coaches, these are our drills. This is what we do, because 2 of the coaches never coached football before in their life.
Wow.
So we ended up like 5-4-1. I had 1,000 yards right up there.
Nice.
And I wasn't going to play college football at all. I signed up and applied to West Virginia and Pitt. And then I thought about, you know what? I'm going to go to West Virginia and maybe try to walk on. Frank Signetti Sr. was the coach there at the time. And I actually got a letter from him, where, it's all photocopied. Even his signature was a photocopy,
Sure.
But, you're welcome to walk on, blah, blah, blah. But so I had this guidance counselor that went to IUP with Dick Dragonak. He knew Dick Dragonak. He calls Dick, and Dick Dragonak was offensive line coach our freshman year, Fran, right?
Yep.
And so I went down to Ship, and me and this other kid from high school, he was being looked at for basketball. He ended up going to Juniata, and I said, well, I'll go to Ship. It was weird. I'm telling my wife about this today. She goes, you mean your parents didn't even go down there with you? I said, no. I had no idea where Shippensburg was. We just got in the car, and drove.
That's
to
drive the turnpike. I went east on the turnpike.
That's right. But no, that was so then I got invited to come to camp, right, as a freshman, to be, and we actually had freshman teams back then, Rob.
Yeah, right.
You guys
I
have
remember,
teams? Did you?
Yeah, not when I got there.
They weren't doing it,
no. Yeah, we had like 3 games, 4 games, and
yeah.
The one fresh member,
Massanutten.
We go in this. I shouldn't tell this. We go into the stalls of the bathroom. Both teams shared the bathroom, right? And you're standing there in the urinal, right? And I look, and there's a stall next to me, and I look up, and there's this guy peering down at me. You know, he probably had a full ride to Oklahoma or something. You know? He's peering down at me. I'm like, "How you doing?" You know, I heard up, went out. They were huge. They were huge. They ran all over us. Freshman year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It was fun. It was fun.
Nice. Well, I like that we have an offensive guy and a defensive guy because we might get different answers to this next question. We might get the same answers. I don't know. But here we go. So offensively, from that team, who were some of the key players?
Besides you, Sonny.
Huh? Yeah, right.
Besides you.
Right. Yeah. 5 foot nothing, right? I'll go first, George. You know, we had Ebby, right? The king, you know, threw the ball.
The king.
So wobbling, you know. Ed Noon, you know. Ebby, I hate to. Ebby, if you're paying attention, I'm sorry, man. But, you know, you threw an 8-yard pass like Aaron Rodgers, and Spoon ran 85 yards for a touchdown. Him and Zubia, right?
Quarterbacks love those receivers, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go, Rob. But it was,
that's the honest truth.
Yeah. With Merle as a running back, blocking for him, that's all I did. I mean, he was like you know, remember the Weebles? They always say Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. That was Merle, man. He just always had his balance. So Merle, Ebby, Ed Noon, man. And then, but also from the Street and Smith magazine, I was reading about the 1981 season, right? A little article, it says Vito Ragazzo will be tasked to put an offensive line together because like 4 guys graduated from the offensive line.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Big guys. We lost John Sell, Kenny Schaefer, Tony Kelly. Yeah, we lost most of our offensive line.
Yeah. So our offensive line that year, Rob, was 3 juniors, right?
3 juniors, yeah.
And 2 seniors.
Yeah. Shawnee, Oshansky, and Kels were juniors.
Kels was the juniors, and then Fran and Kel. But I mean, the offensive line, you know, that's my answer, even though Eddie and Spoon, you know. Yeah, I was an honorary fool, right?
You were an honorary fool.
Right.
Fraternal order of offensive linemen, right? Because I blocked just as much as they did on every play.
That's true.
Yeah. But offensive line, man. Offensive line. You know, in the trenches, you know, leg whips, all that stuff, like you said, you know.
I do think when you go and look at the history of championship squads, there's always an outstanding offensive and defensive line.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they don't get all the headlines of it, but let's be honest, that's where the games are usually battled out and usually won.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm going to throw George's this next one, follow up to you, Rob, on the defensive side of the ball. Because one of the things I always thought about our defense, especially our defensive line. I know I look at the 91 team, they've got like 8 guys from their defense that are in the Hall of Fame, you know, Mack and Pickus and all these guys, you know, Maines,
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett. I mean, there's so many guys. It's crazy. And I look at our defense. I mean, we got Potter, we got Pizicki, and we got Eddie Brown. And that's all we got on that defensive side of the ball.
Wow.
And Joe Brown and I talked about this in that because our D line, which was formidable, but because they all rotated, like nobody ever got numbers. Yeah,
like get the stats.
Nobody had no stats. There were no stats to throw out there.
Yeah.
George, talk about that defensive unit, man, because I mean, I think of the guys that are on that group that, you know, every day in my face, bunch of studs. Bunch of studs.
Yeah, it was interesting because, you know, Cal started over there with us on defense.
That's right.
Okay. I didn't know that. Right.
And then, you know, he comes to me one day because we're Pottstown boys, even though he went to Catholic school and I went to public school. We're Pottstown, right? So he's like, man, they want me to go over there, and I just don't know. And he's going on and on, you know, Cal, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he thought
really upset. And I just looked him in the eye and said, Cal, they want you to go over there. There's a very good chance you're going to start.
Yeah.
Over here, buddy, you ain't starting nowhere. So, needless to say, he went over. The rest is history because not only was he a very good, awesome tackler, he's a great leader, great captain. But the D line was a mix of guys. Most of us had played D-line. PSAC was trying to do his best there. It was an unusual position for him because he's played stand-up his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But once we got it down and the rotation was there, I thought the coaching staff did a great job of using the assets we had. I was the quickest one, obviously. So I did a lot more stunning when I was in there. Even when I played tackles, I was stunning. But you had to hit it right. And then everybody would do their job. And then ultimately, Raleigh, you know how Raleigh is. Ultimately, he turns it over to me to handle the rotation. So I got to deal with Joe Brown coming off the field mad because they only played 3 plays and they broke.
What you doing, George?
Or PSAC, I ain't coming off the field, So I'm juggling egos while I want to play too. Because I think I'm the best out of all these guys. But it worked out really well. We meshed really well. We really pushed each other, and there was a healthy competition over there. The main thing was do your damn job. If you're supposed to be here, be there. Don't get caught trying to make a play for stats and blow our defense up. And once everybody bought into that, we were pretty solid up.
Oh, yeah.
Who was in the rotation, George? Who was in the rotation? You?
Yeah,
Joe?
So me. So we would start out. It's PSAC, it's Joe Brown, it's Dino, Steve Dolbin.
Yeah, Dean. Yeah.
And then every other game, I'm going to start. But during the game, once we started, I would come in, play nose, go to left tackle. Next series, go to right tackle. Take a rest.
I think that's funny. That was you had to make the call on rotation.
Yeah, Raleigh. After a while, Raleigh said, "You handle the rotation."
Raleigh.
I'm the oldest guy. I've been there, so it's a team thing, man. We did what we did. Raleigh's working on other stuff. I don't know. He was funny too, man. Oh man, his practices were.
God, the offensive line enjoyed your practices, just listening to Raleigh scream at you guys. It was a highlight of our day.
Brand, you guys had
those metal poles, those chutes, and you had to play low. Well, I'm short, so it's a little easier for me. But Joe Brown, those guys are constantly hitting their heads. Dave Butler, bong. It's kind of funny now. It's a wonder we didn't have more concussions, but maybe we did. We're just too stupid to know.
We probably did. Yeah, we probably did.
Anyway, we really came together as a defense. That meant everybody covering. What hurt us as we went on was the injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries to the linebackers, injuries to the safeties. So we ended up playing with guys who didn't quite have enough reps to get, the position down, so to speak.
Yeah.
But overall, we just fought, man. We're a bunch of junkyard dogs, man, fighting for everything.
Yeah, a couple great names off that defense. I mean, I know my roommate Rich Pryor, was a great linebacker, and you got Tommy Betts and Eddie Brown.
Betts, yeah.
Potter was the biggest loss of this. Yeah, Pat Silver.
Yeah.
But when we lost Potter at the end of the season, that was brutal. That was like,
it really was.
It really was. Yeah. But
too, because we ended up playing. You guys remember Woody, right?
Oh yeah, Woody. Lamb.
He ended up playing linebacker, man.
Woody's starting in the biggest game of the year.
And Hayden came on. Hayden was a scout player too, because we were on scout team together. It was a lot of things that came together. Jock playing, safety.
Mm-hmm.
Maniac, yeah.
And Vito loved the safety blitz. Once we got that down, whatever the scout report said, we're gonna go to the tight inside or whatever. It's my job to recognize the formation, and then we just had a signal. If I tap my right foot, that means I'm going right, Jock. You're going left.
That's cool.
We got it right after a couple times after he ran up my ass. And figured out, hey man, don't do that anymore, dude. So got that. Jock had a lot of big plays coming there. They never saw it coming. He would time it perfect. He was a pretty good athlete. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No doubt. He's bionic now. He has every joint in his body replaced.
Some times.
Sounds like Joe Brown.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one, guys? Talk about the role the coaches played in building that championship unit.
I could speak for the offense. Coach Mo, love him to death. He was offensive coordinator and quarterback, running backs coach. Good friend to this day. He just had all the coaches were a little different, right? Like I said earlier, Vito was like the Paul Bear Bryant, Tony defense, Raleigh defense, Mo, he was just full of energy all the time, be 100 degrees out in August. We're out there in camp and, we're going out for the afternoon practice, full pads, and Mo's jumping up and down. Okay, guys, where else would you rather be?
Yeah, where are we at today, man?
Yeah. But he was full of energy. I mean, he was a good coach. Billy Heckler, Fran, you could talk for Billy. Jesus, we had this new offensive line, right, coming together. Go ahead, Fran.
New offensive line, Billy. New coach. I mean, we were a young offensive line, young in that we didn't have a lot of experience. Cal and I had started as juniors, and then and prior to that, we had Dick Dragonak as a coach my sophomore year, and then Coach Willison was my junior year, and then Billy took over senior year. And he just implemented just a blocking scheme, which the defensive line used to make fun of us all day long because we would just sit there before practice and just do our step drills, step right, step left, step here, step there. And then I forget what you guys said we were doing. We were like ballet or something, but
over there grazing,
grazing, and
the cows grazing.
But Bill made the offensive scheme so simple. When I played under Coach Drag, who was a good coach, there was a lot of movement, a lot of different scenarios depending on the formation of the defense and everything else. And as a sophomore, when I started the season as a sophomore, it was difficult to remember the patterns. With Billy, it was just step right. If somebody's there, go block them. Step left. If somebody's there, go block them. It was a very basic system, and the offensive line, we picked it up really quickly, and man, it just worked so well.
Yeah, and, he put together a heck of a line.
He did. Well, yeah, he brought Keller over from defense too. Kels came from defense. I think O'Shaughnessy did too.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think Matt came from defense. He had the mindset for defense.
We had the craziest coaches.
You did.
We had Ed Arndt,
Ed,
coaching the D ends. They would be over in the cornfield somewhere doing maneuvers or something.
On their bellies.
Honest to God, I think he was crazy. Crazy.
On their bellies.
Oh, man. That was he came in here and wrecked Shippensburg when he played for Clarion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. They were calling his name all afternoon. He couldn't block him. Couldn't stop him. But when he came over as a coach, he really did a job with those guys. And had them in a mindset, a frame of mind. They were on attack, always on attack. And then we had TW, Coach Winter, who couldn't be on the sideline because he's too hyper.
They didn't allow him.
And that's my guy, but he is too hyper. But he's really intelligent. He sees things up in the booth, and when we lay him down, talk to you at halftime, get you straightened out. So it was awesome from that standpoint. And then Raleigh would tell us the craziest stories while we're stretching. And we talked about.
I bet you can't repeat them right now.
All kinds of stuff, man. And
you can't repeat them now, can you?
Raleigh would make you come out before practice, and me in particular, I worked on the reaction machine, the pad and the two pads on the side, and he hit a lever. If this pad moved, you had to step with the appropriate foot and hit with the appropriate forearm. So you always had the outside arm free. So he would do that with me before practice so I could do it without thinking. And he would keep doing it until you get it and be quick about it. So it really helped me to read everything. No matter what I was playing, I would read. Then after stretching, he'd take you over to them damn chutes and just about kill you. And he'd be behind us going, that means you're going to trap him. You're going to go here. All this stuff, man. We just would do that for seems like an hour. Meanwhile, Fran and those guys are over there doing God knows what.
They're dancing.
And then we go straight from there to go one-on-one with them, and we are pissed. We're already pissed because
you're already exhausted.
These guys aren't practicing. So then we go head up with them. But I mean, together as a group, they really worked well, really pushed us.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not take to you missing assignments lightly. I'll say that. You better be in the right place.
Get him out of there.
Yeah.
So let's go back memory lane. What's the one big memory? It was a long season, man. There were some huge games and some huge plays, things that always stick out. But what's one big memory? Like, I mean, I know for me personally, just the end of the game at California when we locked up the West, we beat Cal.
Yeah.
End of Millersville to win the state.
Oh, yeah.
Just it was like nothing I ever experienced. Parents are like pouring champagne on it. It was like you won the Super Bowl, man. It was crazy.
Cigars and all this stuff, right?
Cigars everywhere.
We're over there at Cal's dad's camper drinking.
The camper, the post game. That was a highlight. That might be my highlight is post game tailgating at the camper.
Yeah. That's the thing, Rob. Even the parents,
so
we're tailgating.
Nice.
It was cool.
We'd be out there in the field after a game for 2 hours.
Yeah. I think my best memory is Virginia Union game. We go down there. They're saying, here come the farmers from Pennsylvania, right? City Stadium in Richmond, rock hard AstroTurf field, and I think they were like ranked number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were 7th in the country. They only took 8 teams at the time to the playoffs.
Right.
1 plays 8, 2 plays 7. So I think we were 7. So we play Virginia Union halftime. They're talking smack in the first quarter. By halftime, we're up 27-0. Come out in the third, fourth quarter. It ended up 40-27, but they are talking to each other, arguing among themselves. We knew we had them.
They were just pissed. I remember they were pissed, man. They came out in the second half and they were.
Yeah, they came back pretty tough.
They were
but
flying.
We scored too, So
they had 3 All-Americans on their team.
Mm-hmm.
And per our usual tradition, a few of us were out that night, just looking at the city.
You can't break the system. You can't break.
No, you can't change anything at that point. But we run into a guy again, another fraternity brother, and he's telling us, we knew they had All-Americans. He said, you guys just be safe tomorrow. like you're gonna kick our ass.
Be safe. Don't get hurt.
We're going to see about that, okay, tomorrow. So, coming in the stadium was pretty loud. Remember how those guys came out?
Oh, yeah.
All of our guys stopped and looked down the other end. They're out there. The whole stadium was rocking.
It was.
And we're like looking around. They're pretty impressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we just look around and like, we got this, fellas. Don't worry about it. Because I honestly, I'll just say it. Most of you guys have never seen that many black guys together in one place. I'll tell you right now. Some of you guys were shitting in your pants. I know you were. But we were like, okay, come on. We got you. Don't worry about it. We got this. And it was a hell of a game. But they weren't ready for what we gave them that first half.
Yeah.
Second half seemed like they called up everybody in Richmond because the stadium was stadium was full after halftime, and they were raising hell.
Yeah.
And if you remember, we had guys going out of the game left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Left and right. And we would just goal line stand after goal line stand. The offense would come in, grind out first downs. Yeah. It was amazing. But I say all that to say the game for me was slippery rock at home.
Yeah.
We got behind.
We were down.
Yeah, we were down that game, man.
And we were
Ricky
shook. And we came in halftime and it's like, calm down. Let's do what we do, each one of us, and we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
So the second half, we shut them down. Their offense did not score another point. Our offense converted on like 3 or 4 fourth downs.
Wow.
To end up winning the game. If I'm not mistaken, that was homecoming.
Wow.
There was a lot of pressure on it.
What was the score at halftime? Were we down pretty good?
Pretty good. And we were at that point we were shocked because we were on quite a roll. We were feeling ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought it was 21. I thought it was 21-0 or something like 14.
Really?
But we shut them down the second half, came back and won. And that, to me, that was the biggest game. The other ones were big in terms of winning everything. But that game, damn, man, we were almost out of it.
I just know my mindset at times in that season was if we were struggling on the offensive side of the ball, we knew defense was going to do their thing, and vice versa, we go up to CW post and we can't stop their offense, but our offense puts up 54 or whatever that goal was.
Yeah, it was high scoring. Both teams were like, holy hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so pissed that game because, there's a lot of back and forth talk, and they were giving it to us pretty good with the racial stuff, right? Yeah. But I was getting mad because we get in on defense. We hit the quarterback, but he'd already got the ball off, Rob, and we're up on the ground looking like catches it, touchdown. I mean, I'm like pissed because we're not stopping anybody. And they're talking, crap to us. So ultimately, our offense rallied and won the game for us there. And we really needed y'all that day because we couldn't stop anything.
Yeah. Not a thing. The last game of the year was James Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they came up here.
Yeah.
And I know they were 1AA.
Yeah.
And they were tough.
Mm-hmm.
But we beat them. We whooped them.
Yeah. Well, we beat them on wasn't there a penalty on PSAC or something like that? And then we got another play and he blocked a field goal or something.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the game, I think PSAC got a sack.
Yeah.
I think that closed out the game.
Yeah.
It
was dramatic. I remember it was dramatic.
We ran a little stunt. Sometimes we ran our own stunts, especially Ed Brown. I had to calm him down sometimes because we had the 52 crash where he just come down from the end. The tackle had to loop out. Well, he started calling it on his own, so I had to be like, "Nah, not this play," or "Yeah, go ahead." And I know the coaches know we're doing it, but it was working.
Eddie wanted to sack every play. Every play.
A madman. He played like I just had to calm him down sometimes. But yeah, it worked. Coaches let us do a lot of stuff as long as it worked. They were okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Fran, we didn't have that freedom on offense.
No. Although we would give Evie a hard time sometimes if Mo would we'd be on second and goal at the 4 and Mo would call a pass play and we would just be like, run the damn ball.
I know. Yep.
Hey, what about Millersville and our top administrator at halftime? Remember how cold it was? We're beating Millersville. We go back
get in the locker room. Right?
We go back to get in the gym. Remember they had us in the gym.
Yeah.
And Dean Dalton's like, what the
the door's
all
locked.
of a sudden he goes, breaks the window.
Oh, I do remember that.
He said, Stevie, give me your helmet.
Oh, did he use his helmet?
Yeah, and he used Steve's helmet. Bashed through the window, reached in, opened it up. We got in.
It's classic.
The Dean.
Yeah. He Dean of men. He is.
He
was a man, all right.
He was.
All right, this next question I like because I've witnessed it. So ready? I want to make sure I get this right. So talk about the bond that is created when you win a championship. And again, I've had the pleasure of seeing you guys together. So talk about it, guys. Tell us about that bond. All three of you.
Well, it's there's proof of it today, right? With our R4L starting it. We have the brotherhood. I mean, we always did lookouts for each other's back when we were playing. And now, we're just trying to help the program. I feel fortunate that we, maybe in players today don't have this opportunity because of the transfer portal. But I mean, we all have a place to call home, right? Yeah. We all have a school to go home to. you know, whether it's one game a year, homecoming, or, you know, first game, or, you know, it's just, I mean, the brotherhood. We're just, I don't know, guys. What do you,
No, I just
George? What
think,
do you
you know,
think?
I mean, George mentioned it earlier about Virginia Union. A lot of us hadn't seen that many black guys on a football field.
Yeah,
And, you know, when I came to Ship, I'd gone to a predominantly white school. And I come down here, and the first guy I meet is Joe Brown. He's got an afro out to here. He's about 3 inches taller than me, you know, and I'm just sitting going, what the hell am I walking into? And, you know, between Joe and George and Eddie and all those guys, they're such good friends now, you know, and it's just
yeah,
a
yeah.
great bond,
Yep,
man. It's
yep.
just we care about each other, and it evolved, but it's a great thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just going through, Rob, like you guys, going through your trials and tribulations, and when it all comes together, you remember all that pain, and you just remember, holding on, finding a way to get through it, and then if you do happen to accomplish something,
Mhm.
you keep that forever.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been thinking a lot about what we do, and just with Red Raiders for Life, it's just exposed me to so much of my family that I didn't know about. Like guys before me,
Hmm.
guys after me, like you
Yeah.
guys, Rob. I heard things, but I didn't know you guys. All you guys I meet, hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm an old man. I might not remember everybody's name, but a smiling face, a handshake, a hug
Yeah.
means a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
It's nice to come back and know that we all, whether you won or lost, you
yep,
built what we have now. And it's up to us to pass it on to the younger guys. Like if you were pre-NIL or whatever, post-NIL, whatever, we're all Shippensburg family. We all smelled the same damn manure coming
yep,
off of the farmer's field in the summer. We touched the rock. We did all, different things. Went to Maxie's, parties, whatever it was, a bonfire at homecoming. We all have a shared experience. We all have, shared experience of being in a group of men trying to accomplish a goal with us and the coaches. And sometimes there's nobody else that believes in us but us.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what it's all about.
yep,
That is
yep.
I got to also say, you know, I wear this shirt and I wear this RR4L proudly, but I got to give George credit. This came from George. George has been saying RR4L for a long time, Red Raider for life. And I don't want to say I stole it from him, but you know,
He didn't copyright it. You're good.
yeah,
Oh,
we created this thing, and
George, they're making a lot of money on that.
hey, brother, it wasn't about that. It's just a way to show
but
love
it
and
really,
respect, man.
yeah,
This
but
is it.
it's such a great, it means a lot. You know, RR4L is just it's just perfect, man, because we are all Red Raiders for life, you know, and talking to guys like you said, George, who played in, you know, 90s and
Hey,
2000s, and we're
Yep,
getting to
yep,
know these guys, and it's just a cool thing.
yep.
It's a cool thing. Yeah.
they've
Never
got
would have thought,
they've got
never
their
would
own
have
great
thought,
stories. Yeah, this is
never would have
great.
thought freshman year that 49
Yeah.
years later, after our freshman year, I guess,
Yeah.
that we'd have this organization.
Yeah. I know.
It's something.
Cool.
It's something.
And I know we set out to accomplish a goal, trying to help the football team.
Hmm.
But for my money, whether we can or can't, based on the current laws, situations, whatever, we have helped and we are continuing to help by forming this group of men that continues to grow and prosper.
Hmm.
And we got to hold on to that piece of this,
Yeah.
not lose that no matter what. No matter what. We can't give the school another dime. We got to hold on to this.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
hear you.
That's
I
right.
hear you,
That's
man.
right.
Yep.
Got to.
It means too much. It means
We're
too much.
still a team. We're still a team.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm going to break it up. I greatly appreciate it. That was some great story time, and I always love talking 81. I'm sure Rob might have got a little bored there for a while.
Not at
Yeah.
all. I love.
He's just reclining back, listening.
I tell you what, man. That first time that we started getting together as our collective group, you just kind of knew there was something special about. I mean, I have my boys, and we have a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
But
yeah.
all of us talk about this when they come up here. to the lake and we talk about it, and we always comment that group, they had some fun. They won a lot of football games, but I think we would have really enjoyed playing with them.
Oh yeah.
Likewise.
You guys got a great group too. And I'll tell you, you meet these other groups. You know, I know the guys from 2009 have got a great group of guys. You know, there's a lot of that out there, and we just, you know, we got to keep building it. All right, man. I'm gonna blow it off. That's it for tonight. The next up.
All right.
Thanks
for having us.
Yeah, man.
man. Great story time. And I will see you August 29th, I hope. I hope you can make it up.
Yes,
Well,
everybody, make it out if you can.
Look at that. There we go.
Nice.
Don't let Tony see that. Don't let Tony see that.
Oh,
We bought him one, remember? A couple years
That's right.
ago
You bought him.
at the giant bubblegum machine.
All right, man.
All right.
You guys be well.
All right.
you, man.
Thanks. See you
See you
guys.
guys.